are there to ensure that the revenue that is generated from the Gambia?
Well, I believe this is the issue that should have been discussed when the issue of independence is on the fore. What is really independence? Why did we become independent? Is it to own our land or not to own our land? A self-reliance, self-determination requires that we own our land. Those who saw the need to pioneer the independence of the continent were conscious of the fact that we did not have banking systems, we did not have industries, we did not produce what we needed to survive. We were producing cash crops continuously, and we were being moved more and more from our food crops to produce cash crops. So essentially, our economies were serving orders, and we were moving more and more into poverty. They call it underdevelopment. I don't know what that means. It is just we were being moved into poverty. So they felt that that trajectory needed to change. But what do you have now? We say investment is necessary for every economy, but the investments must be properly assessed and ensured to serve the principle of self-determination and independence. It means that when we sign contracts, the national interests must be secured and must be supreme. You cannot get rid of your sovereign assets and still remain independent. You talk about the ports. It started with the bridge, $100 million to take charge of a bridge. And obviously, we could manage the bridge. You've taken the ferries out of commission, and then you build the bridge. And what do you do with the company? The company should have managed the bridge. And the resources generated from the bridge could have gone into river transport, could have gone into even buying trawlers to go into fishing. So that ultimately we had the GRT before, Gambia River Transport, so it means that the ferries could have been transformed so that river transport will emerge again. And the dockyard will be transformed into a place where you will train people to be able to do the repairs and even take care of so many things that deals with maritime. So in short, you could have trained your captains, etc., and wharves could have been built all over the country. All these areas which used to host trade would have been brought back to life with river transport. So essentially then, we would have generated a lot of employment for our people, and the resources would be controlled by us. But now, by handing it over, what are you doing? Because whatever company is, you try to make as much profit as quickly as possible. So at the end of the day, you will not be generating employment, you will be reducing the employment. And you will not be generating income for the nation, you will be generating income for yourself. And what do you do with that money? About 3-point-something billion had been given, $50 million, then another 3 point something, then you build roads, put it into infrastructure, and then that's the end. Same thing with port facilities, it's competing with other port facilities. So if it fails to compete favorably, then what do? You get less and less as far as the nation is concerned. So here, what is important is to realize that the policies now being implemented by the current government is just like what PPP had done in getting rid of all those what happened to GPMB. It was ultimately sold to GGC and or Alimenta at that time. And of course,